For weeks, speculation has gripped South Africa as shocking allegations emerged during proceedings at the Madlanga Commission, the high-stakes inquiry set up to probe the nexus of corruption, abuse of power, and questionable dealings within the highest levels of government and state-owned institutions. Until now, President Cyril Ramaphosa had remained tight-lipped, allowing his legal team and official spokespersons to offer only measured remarks while the storm brewed. But in a move that signals the growing seriousness of the crisis, the presidency has finally broken its silence, issuing a lengthy and strongly worded statement addressing the explosive claims. The allegations, many of which were made under oath by former government officials, business executives, and whistleblowers, suggest that entrenched networks of patronage and corruption continue to fester, despite Ramaphosa's repeated assurances of a new dawn and a government rooted in accountability. Testimonies at the commission painted a picture of deep-seated influence peddling, questionable procurement deals worth billions, and a pattern of interference in law enforcement structures. Critics argue that these revelations strike at the very core of Ramaphosa's credibility as a reformer and could become a defining test of his presidency. In its statement, the presidency dismissed claims that Ramaphosa himself had any direct involvement in illicit activities but admitted that the allegations have serious implications for the integrity of the state. The statement read in part, "The presidency views the testimonies before the Madlanga Commission with utmost seriousness. No democratic administration can ignore allegations of this magnitude. President Ramaphosa remains committed to ensuring that the truth emerges, accountability is enforced, and justice is done." Observers note that the carefully calibrated language reflects Ramaphosa's delicate balancing act, defending his leadership while not appearing dismissive of the evidence already placed before the commission. His critics within the ANC, particularly those aligned with factions opposed to his reform agenda, are already seizing on the developments to undermine him ahead of key political contests within the ruling party. For them, the Madlanga Commission is more than a legal inquiry, it is a political weapon. Inside Parliament, opposition parties have wasted no time. The Democratic Alliance, DA, called for Ramaphosa to appear personally before the commission, arguing that his presence would demonstrate a commitment to transparency. The Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, went further, demanding that the president resign if evidence links him even indirectly to the networks described in the testimonies. Julius Malema, speaking to supporters, thundered that Ramaphosa cannot claim to fight corruption when corruption flourishes under his watch. The presidency's response also attempted to highlight Ramaphosa's track record in strengthening institutions of accountability, pointing to reforms in the National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, the bolstering of the Special Investigating Unit, SIU, and renewed cooperation with the Hawks. Yet analysts say these reminders, while significant, may not be enough to shield him if the commission uncovers a clear line of complicity among his closest allies or within his administration. The Madlanga Commission itself, chaired by Justice Mandisa Madlanga, has become a lightning rod for public attention. Its hearings, broadcast live across the country, have drawn millions of viewers and sparked heated debates on social media. Many South Africans see it as a crucial test of whether the promises of a clean and accountable government will finally materialize after years of scandals under previous administrations. For ordinary citizens, weary of rising unemployment, rolling blackouts, and declining public services, the revelations at the commission have only deepened frustrations. "We voted for change," said one Johannesburg resident interviewed outside a taxi rank. If Ramaphosa doesn't act decisively now, then what was the point of all those promises? In the weeks ahead, the pressure on the president will only intensify. The commission is set to hear testimony from several high-profile figures linked to the inner workings of state institutions, and insiders suggest that even more damning allegations could emerge. Whether Ramaphosa can weather the storm and maintain control of both his government and his party will depend largely on how decisively he responds. For now, the presidency's decision to break its silence marks a turning point. Silence is no longer an option. As the Madlanga Commission moves forward, the president stands at a political crossroads, either to seize the moment and restore faith in his leadership, or risk being consumed by the very allegations he has long vowed to eradicate.